Welcome to Track Tested Motorsports. My name is Jag.
I'm Boris.
And if you're new to the channel, we're all about getting the everyday driver to the track. So check out some other videos and consider subscribing. Now, Boris, we recently went to the Ozarks International Raceway. You were my instructor via Chin Motorsports. And you had done maybe 2 or 3 visits prior to that as a passenger?
One and a half, really.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. One brief visit just to see the venue, and then I instructed for NASA, National
Okay.
Autosport Association.
And we did a video on that. I think I titled it "Is Ozarks Too Dangerous?"
Yes.
Now, I'm thinking of titling this video, "Is it too much fun or is it dangerous?" Well, what are your thoughts after this time?
Too much fun.
Exactly.
We're both here. We didn't have any incidents.
Yeah, I took my M3 on track as well, and it held up really well. Maybe for 2 others it didn't hold up too well. They kind of went off track, and unfortunately,
Right.
all.
But you know, considering the challenging aspects of the track in terms of elevation changes, number of turns. You know, turn 6, the S's.
Yeah.
It's 5 steering inputs. So instead of 19 turns, I think I counted 25 or 6 altogether steering inputs.
Yeah.
And that keeps you busy, and it's
Yeah.
almost 4 miles each lap.
Yeah, and I originally I thought it would be too dangerous, but after actually watching a couple of videos that Eric and then Maria did, if you haven't checked out those are extremely helpful, and I watched those over and over again because I fly a lot, and it felt like I had an instructor, Eric, on my shoulder.
Yeah, because actually
yeah.
I didn't have to do anything because you were so well prepared. And Doug Crosman, who, you know, he's in his early 70s now, and he's been going to track for 4 decades plus. He basically did the same thing you did, and he was very well prepared too. In fact, you guys kind of had fun out there together, it seemed like, quite a bit.
Yeah, and it was extremely surprising. It was a lot of fun. I think if I wasn't prepared and I knew where all the turns were, you had a student that didn't know where the turns were, right?
Yes.
You know how that went.
Yes, yes. You know, as we mentioned, I think in one of our first episodes when we first started Track Tested Motorsports, this is a quote from Benjamin Franklin, is that if you fail to prepare, then you're preparing to fail.
Exactly.
And that's what unfortunately a lot of people do. Everybody's busy these days, and they just don't take the time to prepare.
And you have to prepare if you're going to have fun, because then you know where all the turns are, where your braking line is, and that track is not forgiving if you're not paying attention.
Right.
And that's one. And going back to, is it, you know, dangerous? I don't think it's dangerous, especially if you prepare. Except for 2 turns, I think. Turn 1 and 5.
They're 1 and 5. Yeah, they're off camera and they're downhill and they're blind.
Yeah, just be patient. If you're not comfortable, just slow down.
Yeah, or let the speed come to you. Just start off gradually increasing speed, and you know, your brain will memorize the timing, and you'll get some muscle memory, and what seems dangerous at first will just be more entertaining, really. But to your point about preparation, that really goes for all tracks, even the simpler ones like Putnam Park.
Yep.
But it just goes in spades for a track like Ozarks. You know, it's getting a nickname, the Missouri Ring, because you know it's in a green, woodsy environment.
Undulating, yeah. It's,
yes.
Blind turns. It's just a blast, and it flows so well.
You know, I used to only go to one track twice a year. That was Road America. Well, last year I went to Ozarks twice instead, because that's how much fun it is, and I'm excited to go back there again.
Yeah, I think the reason I wouldn't go back to it is it was expensive. I think it was like about $1,000 for registration, and when you do hotel and fuels, it's probably cost me $1,300.
Yes, yes. So you have to set aside about $100 a month.
Yes.
Yeah, or start instructing, but then you may get someone who's not prepared, and
that'd be dangerous too.
Yeah, that's
scary.
That was.
But overall, I mean, it's definitely in the probably top 5. But it's a blast if you haven't done it. It was a 6-hour drive for us, so it wasn't too bad. And yeah, definitely highly recommend it.
And a beautiful area.
Yeah, and the owner was great. He actually works the track. He puts out the trash, and he spent an hour with us discussing all the headache he had on getting that track established.
Right.
So kudos to him to following through and making a great track in the Midwest for us.
And you know, the Ozarks area, people are so nice and friendly.
Oh, yeah, it was
I mean,
great.
we had wonderful breakfast. It was cheap. The hotel where we stayed, the old school motel, it was quiet, it was clean. And you know, it's a great place if you can bring a family or a spouse, come a day early or stay a day longer, and enjoy the beautiful area that the Ozarks are.
So for me, it's highly recommended. How about you?
Absolutely agree with you on that, Jag.
So with that brief overview, my name is Jag.
I'm Boris.
And we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching.